Alright, how's it going, and welcome to Best of the Worst 3, and we've got a game for you today. It's going to be an epic one. Sit down, strap in, sweet up, popcorn down, drink in, and fucking get ready, because it's going to be a throwdown going on right here on Scrapyard. In the green corner, weighing in at 6 green probes, we have TheGreatChief, also known as Chief. In the pink corner, weighing in at 6 pink probes, we have Humbugle, also known as Claire. And they're gonna go for each other on this one. It's a 40-minute epic battle of epicness. So get the fuck ready, because it's gonna go down right here, right now. Let's get it going. Let's get this game on. Now, before I even start, guys, both players very, very new. I mean, I was joking a little bit there, and like I'll be going through this, I'm only ever joking, laughing with both Chief and Claire, not at them, because both players, they've only had like 2, maybe 3 at most games of StarCraft 2. It's just a friendly piss around game, but it is entirely hilarious regardless. Claire throwing down her first pylon of the game, Chief responding with his first pylon of the game. Also throwing down some chrono boosts. Unfortunately, no probes there to receive the extra bit of the chrono boost, but no worries. Chief throwing down a gas, Claire throwing down a gas. We're seeing a good mirror going on here. Mirrored races, mirrored starting orders. Claire is a very interesting build order. In fact, I like to call it the one gate, one robo, nothing else build. Chief's a little bit different. Chief, I mean, not so much a build order, but he does have at least multiple production structures. He does realise that he can build more than one gateway, so give him props on that one. Chief having a little bit of a scout around in Claire's base. Claire, absolutely furious about this. Die to you. Die. Very, very fucking pissed at this. Even pulling another probe off to destroy, to die that probe. That probe die. And she's called GG already. She knows that that one probe lost for Chief has cost him the game. That is it. Chief once again throwing down more chrono boost. Once again, no probes there in production to receive the chrono boost, but no worries. Throwing down his cybernetics core after the first zealot. Claire also throwing down a cybernetics core after the first zealot. I told you, very, very mirrored at the beginning so far. Very similar. Very similar indeed. Oh, who knows what could happen right now? We've got a clash. No, we haven't. I thought we might have a little bit of a clash at the Zelnaga Watchtower there, but not so. Not so. I say it like I don't know what's going to happen. I was actually in this game as a referee. I had to referee because both players are saying they're new and they don't really know how to play. But I had to make sure of this. I had to make sure, because you don't know. Maybe they've been researching build orders and sneaky tactics and stuff like that. You got to make sure it's a clean game. And we had another probe die for Chief there, as Claire sends in her zealots to die that probe. Claire very worried about the automaton. There we go. Yeah, we got it. Automaton. Very worried about the automaton. Is that Chief's automaton? No, it's a neutral automaton, and then decides to take her rage out on the destructible debris with the probe. Unfortunately, the probe probably won't kill the destructible debris sometime this year. Probably by the time of the next StarCraft 2 expansion, the probe might have killed the destructible debris. We also have a very cheeky proxy pylon down at the Zelnaga Watchtower for Chief. You'll be granted vision for having that pylon down there. Very nice, not too bad. Claire's starting to develop a reasonable force of zealots, and she's going to be reinforcing them with the one robotics facility. As you can see here, with the one gateway that she will be using for the entire game, and this will be the one robotics facility that she uses for the remainder of the game. Chief electing to produce more than just the one production building. He has another couple of gateways on the way, and already converted his first gateway into a warp gate. He has a little force of one sentry, one zealot, and a couple of stalkers there. He's going to be scouting around, see if there's any kind of proxy pylons by Claire, any kind of dirty shit. Just make sure that I struggle to say automaton. That it is automaton. There we go. Automaton 2000. For some reason, I always try to say automaton or automationaton or some shit like that. I don't know. It seems to confuse me. Does that word automaton? We've got it. I think we've got it now. Claire throwing up a decent sub 10-minute expansion. I believe that was, considering it's built by the time I've seen it, then yes, it was built before the 10-minute mark, which isn't too bad for a new player. Expanding usually one of the problems for new players, and throwing down an expansion at the 10-minute mark, that's not so bad. We have Chief now camping with his crystal at the Zelnaga Watchtower, saying, "This is my Zelnaga Watchtower." Claire must have heard him say that and has decided to go down there and show him who is the boss, who rightfully deserves the Zelnaga Watchtower. We have a really big clash going on here now. Unfortunately, these Stalkers will not be able to withstand the sheer pummeling, the devastating dual cannons that the Immortals possess, and the Immortals pretty much just rinsing the Stalkers in 1 to 2 shots, just decimated. Chief having to pull back for the time being, reinforce with a few more Zealots and Stalkers. Still only capable of producing gateway units at the moment, whereas Claire, only capable of producing 1 gateway unit at a time when she's not supply blocked, and 1 robotics facility unit at the moment. Unfortunately, she's still supply blocked. Still supply blocked at the moment. I suspect, there we go, she's realised now and she's throwing down the extra pylon. With a staggering amount of 500 gas and 3,500 minerals in the bank for Claire at the moment. She's choosing to invest in precious minerals and precious gas rather than straight up cash, knowing that the market for gas and minerals is greater than that what is for cash. So, yep, doing a good job of investing there, investing for the future in sensible gas and minerals rather than straight up dollars and pounds. It's a wise manoeuvre. She will no doubt get much return on that. Chief with an epic 1,500 gas for Protoss. That's a lot of gas for Protoss. And not quite so many minerals, a reasonable amount of minerals, 400 going down to 300 there, that's not so bad. Claire has now claimed the Zelnaga Watchtower as her own. And this is the beginning of the end for Chief's Watchtower days. She will camp this Watchtower for the remainder of the game. I seriously suspect that if Claire could have picked up that Watchtower, I mean, Chief wants it, Chief's putting up a good fight for it. It's like, well, can I have this Watchtower, or at least can we share? And Claire is just being very, very mean about this Watchtower. She's like, no share. We do not share Watchtowers where I'm from. Which is fair enough. It's fair enough. There's not enough Watchtower. Chief being very, did you see that? Did you see it? I mean, Claire is probably quite angry about this. He snuck in there. Well, Claire wasn't quite in range of the Zelnaga Watchtower. He snuck in there and got, look at that, leave my tower alone, stinky bum. Chief very cheekily ran in there and got like, what, 2 seconds of Zelnaga vision before Claire ran him away. And as I quite rightfully said there, it's not capture the fucking Watchtower. I'm sure that both players here believe that the primary objective of StarCraft 2 1v1 is to capture that Watchtower. As long as you sit on that Watchtower, you're getting the most points. You are going to win this game. And like I say, if you could pick up that Watchtower, I'm sure that both players would have done and carried it back to their own little bases. Claire with a nice force here. We've got a few, 2 or 3, maybe 2 sentries in there, and a fairly decent amount of Immortals and a fairly decent amount of Zealots as well. Just the 1 Stalker, however. Chief, a lot more Stalker heavy. In fact, at the moment, he's only got the 4 Stalkers there, actually Nova units. He has a couple of photon cannons at his expansion for defense, but nothing more than that. Throwing down a lot more gateways now. After those 2 complete, we'll have 5 gateways, and we have 2 robotics facility once completed, and a robotics base, so it seems like we're going to be seeing some Colossi. Chief, in a very Benny Hill manoeuvre, and in fact I've got to rewind that to show you. Very Benny Hill shit going on around here. What? Did you see that? Well, of course you didn't see that actually, because I've got the slider here blocked. But well, I guess that'll do for the moment. We'll speed up a little bit until these Stalkers start to move. In fact, the times 4 speed will probably make this a little bit funnier. But Chief's like, well, I want the tower, I'll kill that Zealot, and I want the tower, but you've got too many Immortals, so there's too fucking many. How am I supposed to get round here? I have an idea. At which point I think he minimises, fires up some Benny Hill music, and then decides, right, now's the time to Benny Hill around this Zelnaga camped fucking force. Because we're not going to fight, he can't kill them yet. So I was like, and round he goes. Unfortunately, because he's such a low level, he aggroes the higher level Zealots and Immortals there, and they're not happy. And they promptly slaughter the Stalkers. Claire throwing out a bit more smack, damning him for being a stinky bum, and continuing to really reinforce and camp the shit out of that Zelnaga Watchtower. Seriously, I ain't seen camping like that since fucking Quake 1, man. Jesus Christ. When camping was new and all the rage and shit like that. And but wow, seriously, man, you think? In fact, to be honest, even if that was quad damage, you won't camp it as much as that. That must be like quad damage, mega health, invisibility, fucking got speed up, fucking rapid fire. You fuck. What? We had a bit of a pause there. I think Claire's camping somehow managed to lag the recording for a minute there. It was strange. But as you can see, Chief throwing out a few Colossi now. We have some Colossus in the mix. And Claire is like, what the fuck is this? But promptly slaughters the Colossus with her Immortals. Very much. Colossus obviously no match for the mighty Immortal. She's doing a bit of pew-pewing, a bit of pew-pewing going off at the main base here. Absolutely wreckifying the main base of the Green Protoss. Totally annihilated, and she's not happy to do the majority of the damage to the base. She wants every single motherfucking structure eradicated. This is the pink Protoss homeworld, and the Green Protoss invaders must be completely eradicated and removed from Scrap Station. There will be no further presence allowed. Does photon cannons stand in zero chance at the might of what that looks like 2, 4, 6 mighty Immortals? It could have been a lot more Immortals, but Claire choosing to leave her, I guess that's not her primary force anymore. It's certainly the more balanced force. It seems as though the sentries are mixed in there, but choosing to continue camping that Xel'Naga watchtower. At this point, Claire is going, the fuck? Why aren't you dead? I've killed your main, I've killed your expansion. Oh wait, you built up here as well, you sneaky little fuck. So she wipes out that little base as well. Rages on the rocks. I mean, she's already killed these 2 destructible debris up here, and just starts to declare war on all this. I mean, poor destructible debris, man. Seriously, once this happens, no debris is safe from Claire's fucking woman fury. All destructible debris must go down. She's now spotted Chief's very nice, sneaked in rich mineral base. I mean, Claire didn't see that, and I forgot to mention it when you did that, but that was a nice little sneaky base that Chief brought down there. Note to self, spend what I'm getting or go splat. During this time, while Claire's trying to figure out how the fuck did you get up there and stuff, she starts to rage on yet more rocks. I mean, seriously, it's debris genocide at the moment. And Claire at the moment is like, how did you get up there? All the meantime, Chief has very sneakily warp prismed his probes up to the top of the map and starts building on the island expansion. At this point, however, I think we've got a warp prism on the way. We have indeed a warp prism in the mix. 2 warp prisms coming out, and she's now scouted it with a pink gay observer. So it shouldn't be too long before Claire loads up and rolls out into the island expansion, dropping down 2 zealots, 2 stalkers, and 2 immortals. A nice little complemented mix there. We've even got an offensive observer. It's not many games you find an offensive observer being used. Chief calling GG and then wondering how to surrender. But there we go, guys. A strange little game there. Strange little game. Claire's amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have noticed Claire's, I thought I'd save it till the end, but look at the amount of resource. 12,700 minerals, holy shit, and 1,600 gas. Chief on almost 2,000 gas, and he was very gas heavy for a lot of the game. Not quite so many minerals, he did an half okay job of keeping his mineral down, but the saturation, I believe, the lack of saturation was probably the reason why his minerals stayed quite low, but his gas was always very, very high. And once again, Claire's force, I mean, they just didn't move. Do you know, I almost feel sorry for the sentry. Well, I guess you can't feel sorry for a sentry that sat as a sentry, you know, guarding the guarding the Xel'Naga watchtower. I mean, that's what the job is, isn't it? To be a sentry. But I suspect those sentries would have liked to have seen some action sometime in this game. It would have been nice to have seen those being used. But how Claire managed to get away with a single robotics facility and a single gateway is purely amazing. Like I said, it was a nice expansion though in under 10 minutes. That wasn't too bad for a new player. Chief also expanded and went down the map building more and more bases all the way down to the rich mineral base. Unfortunately, Claire kind of was already running down that line. I don't think Claire was actually going to the rich mineral base ever. I think what happened is she just got led with destructible rocks here, and then she goes down here and sees a pylon, and then there's more destructible rocks somewhere down here, and then she's like, oh, well, I'll carry on and go, oh, there's a base there, and then she rages a bit more when she can't get the stuff up here, so she goes and kills some more rocks. It's just rock genocide in this game. I've never seen so many destructible rocks destroyed in a single game. And then Chief using his advantage of Claire not knowing how to do warp prism units, he made a few pylons up here just for a bit of extra protection so he didn't get knocked out of the game, and then went up to the island expansion and started trying to make a comeback. Unfortunately, Claire had an observer that was sat around here most of the game, and she must have just gone, wait a minute, there's some minerals up there, let's have a look out. Aha! There you are, you cheeky little shit. And then started looking for ways to do the same thing herself. Maybe she saw a warp prism early in the game, maybe she was looking, I mean, she's only got 2 unit production structures, so if you look at that one and go, well, can a zealot fly and transport units? Nope. Can a sentry fly and transport units? No. Stalker? Nope. How about this observer? Well, he can fly, but I don't think flying spies can actually transport units. What about warp prism? Flying transport? Aha! And there we go. And there we go. She built a couple of warp prisms, loaded up a nice little complement of 2 Zealot, 2 Stalker, 2 Immortals. Plenty enough to destroy the unguarded expansion of Chief. And that was GG. Well, it was GG shortly after Chief had found the F10 command and decided to quit. But not quit replay, but you know. But like I said right at the beginning, guys, 100% Slack must and demand. I demand 100% Slack be cut because both Claire and Chief have not played much at all, and they were just playing for fun. And that was a fun game. Both players enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed recording the commentary for it. It was a fun little game, and that's all. That's all it was meant to be from start to finish, just for fun. So don't be laying into them going, oh, you're a fucking noob and stuff like that, because they know they're a noob. I know they're a noob. You know they're a noob. They are noobs, but they don't give a shit. They're just playing for fun. Just playing for fun, guys. So like I say, do lay off, please, because it's just for fun. Just for fun. Like I say, laughing with them, not at them. Do you know? In fact, when they come around to watching this, they'll probably learn a fair bit from it and go, well, you know, I think Claire spent a lot of the game with, like I said, just a few tips for Claire and Chief here. Like I say, I am no pro. I say this fucking every time I record, pretty much. I am no pro at StarCraft, but there's fundamentals that I've got fully downgrasped. Optimal saturation for a mineral field. You can put more drones on there, but the optimal saturation is 18. So you want about 18 pro. Oh, so you see what I mean? It's not 18. Sorry, 16. It's because it's if you get them all lined up, it's 2, 4. So it is an easy way for Claire and Chief or anybody that doesn't know. Easy way to know if you've got optimal saturation. Unfortunately, I can't show you. Maybe if I go over here. No, unfortunately, not enough there either. But as you can see there, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, and you get 8 units in a line, and then it goes on to the next line. So if you've got both of these lines fully blocked off, that's your optimal saturation. 16 probes is the or drones or SCVs. That's the optimal. You can put more on there. You can be producing more, and then when you make your expansion, pull them off and send them. Like I noticed that when Claire built the expansion here, that she didn't pull any probes off main. And like I say, what you can do is you can pull like say 6 to 8. You'll pull like half of them off and send them down there. And you go, well, would you be losing mining time while they're running across? It's like, well, yeah, but the thing is, you're going to be gaining mining time because the probes are going to have like a free reign or whatever mineral patch they want for a while until you get up to another 16 probes on that patch. So they get it back from the increased speed and stuff like that. You want to spread your probes as much as possible until you get back up to full saturation. Also, another thing, also again to do with saturation, your gas. I mean, I noticed that a lot of time Claire, I think Chief had this alright. He had 3 probes on his gas must-have, which is why he had so much gas. And like I said, the optimal saturation for a Vespene geyser is 3 probes. So I noticed, that Claire had 1 quite a lot of time. She had like 1 on that one, and she had 1 on that one, and like I say, you want 3 probes. Or SCVs or drones, once again, workers. I'm just start saying workers. You want 3 workers onto the gas, and you can and should definitely have more than 1 production structure. I mean, well, you could say she had 2. production structure. She had a gateway and she had a robotics facility. It's like, yeah, but with 12,000 minerals, she could have had like 14 gateways and fucking 8 robotics facilities and shit like that. So do build more. I mean, a good rule of thumb is if you're starting to mine more minerals than what you can spend, it's time to start throwing down more unit production structures, or start researching more. Like I say, if you've only got one production structure, then you definitely need some more. Like I say, Chief had that down pretty okay. He had about 6 gateways at one point, so Chief had that down alright. But like I say, just general basic tips there, you know, like to do with saturation stuff like that. I hope they do play a bit more stuff like that and play again. I mean, originally I wanted to do me, Chief, and Claire versus 3 computers, you know, for the laugh and stuff like that. And I think I'll still get them to have that game with me at some point this week maybe. I'll have to see how it goes. But that should be an interesting one as well. Like I said, just a few tips there on saturation. You know, stick your 16 probes onto the minerals, your 3 probes onto the gas. Make sure that you're not getting supply blocked. You know, you're getting a decent headway going with your food count, and make sure that you've got enough unit production structures or research structures to use your minerals and gas. Should always keep them as low as possible. But when you're new to the game, I mean, even I struggle with this a lot as well. It's hard to multitask. It's hard to build units and expand and research and attack and defend all at the same time, and your minerals start to fucking really build up. Like I say, I think that I thought at one point that Claire was starting to fucking, you know, generate interest. I think she had so many minerals at the end of the game that even if she wasn't mining any more minerals, I think she'd have still been getting a decent interest rate on those minerals. Really decent. 12,000 minerals, holy shit, that's a lot of minerals. And the watchtower was great, it really fucking was. I mean, seriously, like, I was saying at the beginning of the game, if you could have picked up that, I might make a custom map where you can pick up the watchtowers and move them. Because I seriously think Claire would have done that. She would have picked up that watchtower and taken it back to the base and then dropped it. And I think if she could have taken the watchtower back to her base, dropped it, she might have actually started using these units. Again, another tip, make sure, I mean, you only need, this actually is a good tip, you only need 1 unit or structure at the Zelnaga watchtower to gain the vision of the tower. So you don't need all these units here. She could have just kept to Zealot here and used all the other force to you know, reinforce. I mean, luckily she didn't actually need to reinforce the main group with the units from here, but they should have still been going around with her. But the Zelnaga watchtower was so funny. Like I say, it's like, I'm sure they got it into their heads, like, you know, primary objective, capture this fucking Zelnaga watchtower and hold it at all costs. Because if we lose the Zelnaga watchtower, we lose the best view. I mean, look at the view from the Zelnaga watchtower. You can see a little fucking asteroid space station. There's an asteroid with some rocks on it. There's a little rock here. A very nice view of a big planet there and stuff like that. If you lose or move away from that Zelnaga watchtower, you're losing the best view in the game. So I can see why they thought that. So that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Many thanks to Claire and Chief for making it an interesting game, and hopefully not being insulted by my commentary. Like I say, it shouldn't be, because I was laughing with them, not at them. So either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you next time. See you, dudes.